special day in our city, and congratulations on everything you've done for our community and with the Senators, and for being such a great leader. And I just wanted to present you with this proclamation. I need my glasses for this. Whereas Jacques Martin has been a defining figure in the history of hockey in Ottawa and the NHL, leaving an indelible mark on the Ottawa Senators franchise through his extraordinary leadership, commitment, and love of the game. And whereas Jacques Martin is an esteemed member of our community, as a native of Eastern Ontario and a proud Franco-Ontarian, and having studied at the University of Ottawa and taught at Algonquin College, and whereas January 24th, 2026 marks exactly 30 years since Jacques Martin coached his first game as head coach of the Ottawa Senators, helping elevate the Senators from an expansion club to a perennial playoff contender. And whereas during his tenure with the Senators, Jacques guided the team to its first playoff appearance, earned the Jack Adams Award as the NHL's Coach of the Year, and led Ottawa to the President's Trophy for the best regular season record. Whereas Jacques Martin remains the all-time franchise leader in games coached, wins and playoff victories, and led the development of a generation of Senators stars, including Daniel Alfredson, Chris Phillips, Marian Hossa, and Wade Redden. And whereas Jacques Martin is being recognized by the Ottawa Senators in the Ring of Honor, joining an elite group of individuals who have shaped the history of the franchise and enriched our city's cultural and athletic life. Therefore, I, Mark Sutcliffe, Mayor of the City of Ottawa, do hereby proclaim January 24th, 2026 as Jacques Martin Day in Ottawa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for everything you've done,
Thank you.
Jacques. Merci.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
It's a lot of whereas. Oh, excellent. Well, thanks, Jacques. I think the easiest way for us to do this is maybe just open up the floor for questions.
Jacques, if you could put into words, what does all this mean to you?
Well, I think, first of all, I'd have to thank a lot of people. I think I've been very fortunate with my association with the Senators. When I first came here, management, players, scouts. The one thing I remember the most really about my days in Ottawa is that, it's interesting because in the summertime, a lot of times we would get a little flack from the media for not signing some big free agents. But every year I was blessed with having some young player, some young star that would develop into a real star, a real key performer for the Ottawa Senators. I think I look back, whether it was a Mike Fisher, a Wade Redden, a Chris Phillips, we had the Radek Bonk, the Marian Hossa, the Martin Havlat, just to name a few, and I could go on. And it was a tremendous honor to coach those young men and to be part of an organization that really understood the team concept. That it's not about one person, it's about the team. I happen to be the coach, the front figure, leading the boat, but I had great people around me. Like I said, if it wouldn't have been for the scouts, if it wouldn't have been for the tremendous talent that was presented to me, we wouldn't achieve what we were able to achieve. So I think it's a great honor for me today to be recognized, but there was a lot of people that touched, that influenced me. People like Roger Nielsen that worked here as an assistant coach. He was a mentor, and I don't think you could have a better mentor than a person like Roger Nielsen. Just a real quality person with values, and learn about life, teach you about respect and so on. And I think I try to put in place a lot of those things that I learned from him.
Talk to Sean McEachern
a couple days ago, and he said that you told them every day that they had the best job in the world and you had the second best job coaching them. Why was that?
Well, I think, first of all, I think if you can be a player, I think it's, financially, it's the most rewarding position. So that matters a little bit. But no, I think as a player, you know, I used to kind of take pride once a month to kind of try to give them a lecture about life, because it's easy to get sidetracked when you're a player. I mean, you've got everybody that does everything for you. You know, you come to the rink, you spend what, 3 hours at the rink, 4 hours at the rink. You get well paid. You travel first class, charters. You stay in the best hotels. So it's not the real life, you know. So I think I try to teach my players about, you know, to be respectful, to appreciate what they have, but make sure that they treat people with respect, and that they appreciate what they have, and that you know, it's not everybody that are as fortunate as them.
Quel héritage, Jacques, tu voulais laisser quand tu es arrivé ici à Ottawa? Qu'est-ce que tu voulais laisser comme héritage, et tu penses-tu que tu as réussi à laisser l'héritage que tu voulais?
Bien, si on regarde les derniers matchs des sénateurs, je pense pas qu'ils vont dire que j'ai laissé l'héritage, que j'avais été classifié comme entraîneur ici. Je pense que lorsque je suis arrivé ici, on m'a classifié comme un coach défensif. Lorsqu'on menait après la deuxième période, je pense pas qu'on a perdu beaucoup de parties en troisième. On m'a classifié comme peut-être un entraîneur boring. We didn't have, you know, we played a defensive game. So, but no, I think, joking aside, I think that I've always been proud of this organization. I always felt that, you know, I contributed a lot, but at the same time, I think I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity, to have had the opportunity to come back. And, you know, I think I've got to thank, you know, the owner, Michael and Lauer, Steve Steos, for bringing me back in this organization and give me an opportunity, really, at the end of my career, to get that feeling again. To have the opportunity to be part of a team, to be part of an organization, to come back in the city where I was from originally, and always considered Ottawa as my hometown, and I've always been proud to be from Ottawa and to be an Ottawa Senators.
Est-ce que tu te considères un entraîneur plate? Est-ce que tu te considères un entraîneur plate dans le style que tu exerçais?
Si on...
Est-ce que toi, tu considères que tu
Non,
étais
pas
plate?
du tout, pas du tout, non. Non, parce que si on regarde mes équipes, par exemple, j'ai arrivé ici, en 96. On regarde de 2000 à 2004, je pense qu'on était une des meilleures équipes offensives de la Ligue. Donc, c'est que des fois, il faut aller un peu plus fouiller pour voir vraiment la vraie réponse.
You mentioned you're proud to call Ottawa home. Your name will now be immortalized here. I guess just talk about that and what all this means to you.
Well, it's a great honor, and you know, I think when you start in this business, you don't think of that. I mean, I think for the journalists that have been here, the reporters that have followed the teams over the years, I think they'll back me up on saying that I think I was a realistic person, but with high goals, but really live day by day. And I think that's important in the business that we're in, because there's so many ups and downs. I mean, you know, you get high on a win, you get down with the losses. But as a coach, your job is really to pick up your players, to try to bring a certain stability. And I think that, you know, I never thought of receiving an honor like that. I'm really emotional about it. I mean, it's a great reward, but you do it because you have the love. I have the love and the passion for hockey, but at the same time, I think I have a real love to try to help the players that I coach, not only as hockey players, but as human beings. I think I'm proud to say that through my whole career, I felt that I was only disrespectful to a player once in my entire career. And, I think that that's pretty good because I've coached a lot of players. I've coached a lot of years. And, I made a mistake one day. I definitely made a mistake, and I regret that. But you learn from your mistake, and I think that, it's a real pleasure today to be recognized, but it's not really, I'm being recognized, but a lot of people were part of that. A lot of people that played a big role in it. I mentioned Roger Nielsen. I was speaking with Perry Pern yesterday. I mean, he was my assistant here for 9 years, and a tremendous hockey man, tremendous mind. On and on, like I said, like I had Roger, Mike Murphy, so many great coaches that, that could have been head coach. I mean, I think I learned early in my career that it's always better to surround yourself with the best people available. I think you have to analyze yourself, be honest about what your strengths are, but bring people that are going to fulfill the needs, that are going to help you being even better. And I think I was able to do that, and I think it's helped my career tremendously.
Cette passion du coaching, est-ce qu'elle te venait pour le développement des stratégies et tout ça, ou justement la relation humaine? On parlait à Steve Duchesne la semaine passée, qui 30 ans plus tard est encore touché d'avoir eu un A, parce qu'il disait que tu étais le premier à voir ça dans la Ligue nationale, qui pouvait être un leader. Puis en parlant encore comme ça, est-ce que c'est aussi valorisant justement de développer un potentiel d'un joueur qui ne savait même pas qu'il avait, ou au niveau de la stratégie?
Non, je pense que c'est plus au niveau personnel. C'est intéressant, tu mentionnes Steve Duchesne. Je pense que dans ma première année ici avec les Sénateurs, en fin de saison, on avait à cette époque-là, lorsque les Panthères ont joint la Ligue nationale, ils jouaient à Miami, dans la vieille arena, ce qui est très proche de South Beach. Puis à cette époque-là, on ne voyageait pas charter, fait qu'on restait après la partie. Je me rappelle d'avoir eu une conversation avec Steve avant notre voyage pour faire sûr que, parce qu'on bataillait pour faire une place en séries éliminatoires. Donc, on avait trouvé une stratégie, disons, revenir à l'hôtel, repas, de la bière pour les joueurs, pour essayer d'éviter qu'ils se retrouvent à South Beach. Mais je pense qu'il y en a probablement quelques-uns qui sont allés à South Beach. Mais en tout cas, c'est le genre de... Je pense que c'est surtout les relations humaines. Steve en était un. Todd White qui est d'ici. Daniel Alfredson qui est un des entraîneurs ici. J'ai eu l'opportunité de coacher pendant plusieurs années. Ensuite, de le voir évoluer comme coach maintenant, c'est gratifiant.
Tu as parlé de Roger Nielsen tantôt. Y a-t-il une personne, tu dirais, qui t'a marqué le plus pour t'aider à devenir le coach que tu es devenu?
Il y a probablement deux personnes. C'est sûr que Rogers, que j'ai travaillé avec, c'est une personne que je connaissais depuis longtemps. Aussi Mike Keenan, que j'ai travaillé avec. J'étais allé à l'université une année avec Mike. Puis c'est un style complètement différent. Puis je pense que c'est important comme coach que faut que tu développes ta propre identité, ton propre style. Mais ça ne veut pas dire que tu peux prendre des éléments de force de certains, de chacun d'autres personnes. Al Harbour, au début de ma carrière, je pense que c'est toujours un entraîneur que j'ai adoré. Al a eu l'opportunité de coacher un de mes amis lorsque j'ai grandi à Ottawa, Denis Potvin, qui a joué pour Al Harbour. Et ensuite, j'ai eu Denis Potvin comme analyste avec les Panthères. Donc, Al était un homme qui était hard, qui était difficile, qui était dur sur ses joueurs. Mais je pense que ce sont des façons que tu sers pour obtenir le meilleur de tes joueurs.
Coach, what was the best team that you ever coached in? What was the best team that you've ever coached in?
Well, the best team I ever coached, I think it's hard to qualify. Like I mean, like if you mix up the international, probably the 2002 Olympics, Team Canada, when we won the Olympic. You know, when you have people like Mario and Eisenman, you know, Joe Sakic, Iginla, so many great players, a great defense as well. You know, the Pronger, the Niedermeyer, you know, Adam Foote, just to name a few. I mean, Martin Brodeur. So that was a great team. You know, as a head coach, you know, I think the team in Ottawa, I had the year that we won the President's Cup. As an assistant coach in Pittsburgh, the 2 years that we won the Stanley Cup, I thought we had a great team. I think to win a Stanley Cup, I really believe you need to have great depth. A lot of times, if you need to have great players, but if you don't have the depth, it's difficult to win the cup because it's such a marathon. It's 2 months, 4 rounds that you have to play. So you really need to have that depth. So it's almost in 3 stages, you know, on the international scene. Team Canada in 2002. The Senators here. And there was a 203 that we won, I think, the President Trophy. And then in 2016 and 2017 in Pitt, I think we had a great team as well.
Take us back 30 years ago. You know, what do you remember most? What were the emotions like?
What I remember most? Well, I have a lot of memories. I mean, it's difficult to pinpoint one. I think the one thing I got to say, I think I've been very fortunate. You know, I think the team I enjoy the most coaching is Ottawa, and to have the opportunity to come back and join the organization at the end of my career, to be part of this group, to be part of this organization, and to see the potential in this team. You know, like I think we're really close. So I think it's really it's a great feeling to be part of it, and I have to thank a lot of people for giving me the opportunity to come back to live that again.
Vous allez recevoir un hommage important ce soir. J'aimerais savoir, le Jacques Martin de janvier 2026, est-ce qu'il est aussi ou plus nerveux ou moins nerveux que le Jacques Martin de janvier 96?
Probablement le même. Je pense que j'ai jamais été une personne nerveuse, mais peut-être plus à l'intérieur. Mais définitivement, je suis une personne qui est honorée aujourd'hui, qui est peut-être même émue de toute la reconnaissance qui m'a été présentée ce matin. C'est quelque chose que je ne m'attendais jamais. Puis, comme je l'ai dit, je pense que je dois remercier beaucoup de gens qui ont contribué à cette journée ici aujourd'hui.
Est-ce que le village de Saint-Pascal descend au complet?
Pardon?
Est-ce que le village de Saint-Pascal descend au complet?
Une bonne partie, mais pas au complet. La population a augmenté beaucoup là, maintenant.
Set game? All right.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.